The crafty cartoons be huddled in a cozy quasi-room, its 3 walls made of shimmer and tulle and its ceiling open to the stormy sky. Funny Bunny, with his floppy ears twitchin', be applying a thick layer of neon green grease paint to Tacky Duck's bill. Shiver me timbers. Tacky Duck squawks. Ye be making me look like a seasick parrot. Funny Bunny guffaws, his laughter soundin' like a mix of hiccups and snorts. That be the point, ye landlubber. We're goin' for spooky and silly, not pretty as a picture. Screamy Scotty, the no-so-milliner Scottish fold cat, be perched atop a floating window nearby. The window, made of frosty glass and shaped like a grinning jack-o'-lantern, has curtains fashioned from wild weave cheesecloth adorned with dangly lace and fabric scrap clusters. Blimey! Scotty yowls, his voice carrying over the sound of the storm. This window be giving me a view of the antisocial apple orchard. Them trees be sweeping away poor souls trying to gather apples. Chavy Chipmunk, busy applying glittery purple eyeshadow to Jiggles the jelly giraffe, chuckles heartily. Aye, that be a right peculiar sight. But not as peculiar as the view from me new quasi-room. It be overlooking the creepy crazy carnival, where the rides be made of living pumpkins. Jiggles wiggles with glee, his jelly body shimmering in the dim light. Shiver me timbers. That be soundin' like a barrel of laughs. I be wonderin' what them pumpkin rides be sayin' to their passengers. Just then, a gust of wind sweeps through the quasi-room, carrying with it the scent of bee balm and caraway thyme. It also brings a tumblin' tumbleweed, which comes to a stop at Painty the postcard's feet. Ahoy there, ye rollin' rascal! Painty exclaims, his voice a mix of amusement and surprise. What news do ye bring from yonder fields? The tumbleweed, revealing itself to be none other than whiny rhymy tumbleweed, begins to speak in a sing-song voice. Oh, hear ye, from fields afar, where comic book topiaries are quite bizarre. They juggle folks and ask for costumes, while crop circles grow like magic mushrooms. Touchy Tabby, who'd been napping in a corner, suddenly perks up. Blimey! That be reminded me of me latest spirit trip. I visited a planet where the inhabitants be livin' books, and they'd read themselves to each other for entertainment. The crafty cartoons burst into a cacophony of laughter, each with their own unique sound. Tacky Duck's laugh be like a honkin' horn, while Jiggles' giggle be a jiggly, wobbly sound that sets everyone off again. As their mirth subsides, a new scent wafts through the air, a blend of peppermint, sweetgrass, and sarsaparilla. It emanates from a fancy tea service that suddenly appears on a floating tray. Shiver me timbers! Chavy Chipmunk exclaims. Looks like them jingly jolly jesters be about. Sure enough, the sound of jingling bells announces the arrival of Jackie, Jaunty, Jangly, Juggy, and Joshy, the jingly jolly jesters. They prance into the quasi-room, their colorful jester outfits a whirl of motion. Ahoy, me hearties! Jackie calls out, his voice full of mirth. We be bringing ye some spiteful smoothies and flaky crispy veggie pastries. Jaunty, balancing a tray of pastries on his head, adds, Aye, and these pastries be fresh from the oven of the Moody Mausoleum. It were in quite a tizzy today, throwing a fit about the decorations for All Hallows Eve. The crafty cartoons gather round the tea service, each grabbing a cup of the steamin' brew. Funny Bunny takes a sip and immediately spits it out, his eyes wide with shock. Blimey! He sputters. This tea be insultin' me whiskers. It says they be droopy and in need of a trim. The others burst into laughter, their guffaws mingling with the howlin' wind outside. Juggy, the jester, grins mischievously. Aye, that be the charm of our spiteful brews. They be keepin' ye on your toes, they do. As they sip their sassy tea and munch on the pastries, the conversation turns to their recent adventures in decorating the quasi-rooms and floating windows around Halloween Planet. Screamy Scotty, his fur now adorned with glittery stars, recounts, I be addin' a grand chandelier made of shimmer and tulle and twinkle and fairy lights to me quasi-room overlooking the lavender labyrinth. It be cast in the most peculiar shadows, making it look like we fairies be dancin' on the walls. Tacky Duck, his bill now a riot of neon colors, chimes in, and I be hanging curtains made of leftover fabric strips and twinkly sheer ribbons in me floatin' window. It gives a view of the trellis train, where the vines be changin' from wisteria to a new hybrid I be callin' whimsical whisper blooms. Jiggles the jelly giraffe, his translucent body now sparklin' with edible glitter, adds, Shiver me timbers. That be soundin' right pretty. I be addin' a swing bed to me quasi-room, made of cotton candy clouds and hung with gossamer threads. It overlooks the mimosa maze, where the plants be servin' up giggle-inducing cocktails to lost wanderers. As they chat, the wind outside picks up, carrying with it the sound of distant chimes and the faint melody of a harp. The extra-large moon of Larimar peeks through the clouds, its streaming waves of arpeggios and glissandi add an ethereal backdrop to their conversation. Suddenly, a booming voice cuts through the night, causing the crafty cartoons to jump in surprise. "Ye scurvy dogs! What be this ruckus?" They turn to see Zeus, his beard crackling with lightning, standing at the edge of their quasi-room. His eyes be narrowed in annoyance, but there be a hint of amusement in his voice. "Begging your pardon, mighty Zeus," Painty the postcard says, trying to stifle a giggle. "We be just enjoying some spiteful tea and shireen tales of our decorating adventures." Zeus harumphs, his voice like rolling thunder. "Decorating adventures, ye say? And why was I not invited to partake in these shenanigans?" The crafty cartoons exchange glances, unsure how to respond. But before they can speak, a new voice joins the fray. "Because, ye old thunderhead, your idea of decorating be hurling lightning bolts at everything in sight." The voice belongs to bossy topiary clown, who comes strolling into view, his leafy body swaying in the wind. He be followed by a parade of newly trimmed topiaries, each shaped like a different comic book character. Zeus' face turns as red as a ripe tomato. "Why, ye impertinent shrub! I ought to turn ye into mulch for such cheek." The crafty cartoons and the jingly jolly jesters burst into laughter, their mirth echoing across the stormy landscape of Halloween Planet. Even the comic book topiaries join in, their leafy voices adding to the chorus of merriment. As the laughter subsides, Touchy Tabby, his orange and white fur now streaked with blue and purple paint, says, "Mighty Zeus, why don't ye join us for some tea? Mayhaps it'll insult your beard into behaving itself." Zeus' scowl slowly transforms into a reluctant grin. "Aye, why not? It be a long time since I had a proper cuppa that dared to sass me."